Everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back, Ian.
Hi, good to see you.
It's our first video since the beginning of the year, so we would like to wish you a very happy new year and actually a very healthy new year. Let's hope that we're all moving into a greater space together. So today we're going to talk a little bit about digital transformation, a kind of wider, very short brief around what we've seen happen during the last year, 18 months. We're seeing people getting on board with the digital transformation journey in a way that maybe they weren't beforehand. What do you think, Ian?
Yeah, I mean, there's the obvious observation that digital transformation hit people in a hurry. A lot of people in a hurry.
Yeah.
A lot of people were too busy with their job to actually get around to thinking about it. And then suddenly, well, without moving, they weren't going to operate, and dispersing their workforce to umpteen dining room tables or worktops or whatever, suddenly they had to engage with digital transformation. And certainly talking to colleagues in the business that were doing that kind of desktop deployment or what have you in modern workplace, they were working 24/7 during that process. But I think what it's done is, having put people on the journey, a lot of people have got it. They understand what it can do now and how it can be such a massive multiplier, particularly for small businesses, in lots of different ways. Obviously, giving the flexibility to the workforce, but also the flexibility for them to recruit within the workforce. I mean, our very own dear Katie, who lives the other end of the country from us, and works so well with us. It's been fabulous. So the digital transformation has, as with a lot of big change or big instances in life, it telescopes time, in particular around technology. And we've certainly seen that with the pandemic. It's been unbelievable, unprecedented, the way people have got on the wagon of got on the bus. Incredible.
And of course, we know that the research shows that companies investing in a digital transformation journey can expect to see increased revenues and profitability, but you really need to have your applications in place, don't you, to be able to fulfill the new customers that you've got on board and keep up with competitive pressures. So I guess that's kind of where we're seeing a CRM really fitting in, isn't it? Because that collaboration piece is so important when you're all working remotely, and also this sense of having one shared pool of data. I think, we have experience. I know this is something you're really passionate about, Ian, that when you replace spreadsheets and notes in Outlook and notepads with a centrally pooled database of information, then you can actually really begin to go somewhere with that information and serve your customers better. Do you have any kind of comments around that?
Oh gosh, where do I start?
Yeah.
No, I couldn't agree with you more, Wendy. At different stages in the sales process, for example, just capturing those leads and then not letting them go cold, not letting them. How many times have people got a lead, perhaps not followed it up properly? Then you get back in touch with them and go, "Oh yeah, sorry, we've already committed to somebody else," or whatever. Absolutely. That shouldn't happen. But it's easy to happen, particularly in a small business where you're very busy. But if you capture that data, you can also, if you're busy, you can pass it over to somebody else. But everyone is looking at the same data, so it's not having to work out who's got the ownership of the spreadsheet and where it sits and who's updating it and so on. So even right at the beginning of the process, there's a massive advantage. But I think, to reach your point, that it does involve some investment, and for a lot of people, they're not seeing that. They're seeing the investment and cost, investment in time and money, as a barrier sometimes. In actual fact, that amount of investment can reap back multiple fold benefits. I say, not losing an opportunity, following up with a customer. The fact you follow up with a customer engages that customer and they'll stay with you. Maintain that relationship. Making sure you answer their case, you're on top of your case management, if that's something you do. It engages your customer again and again and again, and they feel the value of working with you, and they won't go somewhere else then. So there's a huge amount of benefit of putting the time and effort into a good CRM platform. Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, Ian. I think that's a really some really valuable points there for people considering a CRM solution. And I know we're going to do another video at some point around a bit of a checklist about how you might want to choose that. So might be helpful for our SMB friends and colleagues out there to stay tuned for the next episode of digital transformation and why you get a CRM.